Here's what you missed on the Mike Brown Morning Show.
What we do, we hustle, we grind. And so it's not our fault. This is what we do. That's what we do. But God decided to push a reset and say, hey, y'all need to chill out for a minute. Y'all doing too much. Chill out. Get to know me. Get to know you. Get to know your family. I believe that's what happened during this time. I believe that's what happened during this time. And then to add to that, do you see how it was almost like a domino thing, how COVID happened and then race relations in our country became like more polarizing than they ever have in recent history? Did you notice that? It was like COVID's out of control. Now race relations, Black Lives Matter is at an all-time high. And now the police just, if we ain't know they was killing people before, they just showing out killing people now. But he also used this time to remind us, hey, don't forget now, don't get too comfortable in that this is still a racist country. You need to know your surroundings. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get, and this is what he's saying. This is the message that God wants to get to everybody. Don't get too comfortable in anything but me. All your comfort is in me. See, you can't get comfortable in the systems of this world. Can't get comfortable in your job. You can't. This is going to make somebody mad. You can't even get comfortable in church. Because why do you say that, Michael? Why you trying to be controversial? I'm not. But when is the last time you've been to church? You understand? God, see, and so he used this time to show you, don't get comfortable in your job. I can take that away in a day. And then for most people, that's how it happened. Don't get comfortable in the building, in the social circle of church, because I can take that away in a day. Which he did. Well, some people waited longer, but you get my point. Don't get comfortable with race relations, because I can polarize that at any time, which he did. Do not get comfortable with the political systems of this world, because I can make that chaotic and haywire, he allowed it to be, which he did. So those are like the fabrics of our existence, of this carnal existence, this natural existence. But what he's saying is we need to transcend from that into our spiritual relationship. And as believers, we need to tap into and understand that, yeah, I'm passing through, but you know what? This really ain't my home. And sometimes we forget. And I'm not saying be so heavenly bound that you know earthly good. I'm not saying not to occupy until he comes, because y'all know I believe that. I don't believe you're supposed to be broke while you're here. I don't believe you're supposed to be poor. You ain't supposed to be hungry. You're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. I believe all of that. But don't get too comfortable, because this is not our home. We just passing through. See, my citizenship ain't here. I am a, how can I say? I was trying to find a better way to say it, but I'm an alien. Yeah, I'm here temporarily. Heaven is my home. So we have to position ourselves. We have to find our relationship with God. And if you were listening on Friday, remember we talked about how all things work together for the good. All things. You got to go back and go to YouTube and listen to that. And that'll tie all into what I'm saying now. But here's what I want to talk about. All of that brings me to this. Now, a lot of places in our country are being shut down or going back into what they called phase 1 of quarantine or whatever have you. Meaning that things are going to be closed. Places are going to be closed. You won't be able to go to the restaurant and sit down and eat. The children in Michigan are completely out of school. There's curfews in a lot of places. And all of this the reason for all of this is to kind of stop the spread or lower the spread of COVID-19. Because here's the truth of the matter, folks. The numbers keep going up. They're not stopping. They're going up. While I'm speaking right now, somebody else is being confirmed as positive with COVID-19. Not only that, the number of fatalities, the number of people dying from COVID is also going up. So what they're trying to do is stop the spread, or at least lower the spread. And I get that, and I understand that. Now, here's the argument that keeps coming up amongst the Christian community, especially our white brothers and sisters, the evangelicals. Why I say it like that? But it's amongst the black community too. And here's the argument. If you can go all those other places, why can't you go to church? Now, if you take that as face value, that's a great question. If you can go, I suppose you can go to church. But now, let's really look at this so we won't be ignorant. All right? Now, well, let me start here. I was one of the people that said, when they start closing stuff, I said everything should have been closed. Everything. Almost to the point of, if you go outside, you liable to get locked up. Now, that sounds hardcore and communist and dictatorship-ish, if I can use that. But it would have been a temporary means to an end, because we know the severity of what we're dealing with. Don't let your freedom cause you to die. Don't let your freedom cause you to die. So I said that they should have allowed everybody an amount of time to get everything that they needed, right? And even the people they should have allowed everybody time to get what they needed. And said, after this day, you will not be able to go to Walmart, Target, Meijer, Kroger, because they're going to be closed. And anybody that would have needed any essentials or anything, it should have been a centralized phone number or website, and the National Guard or whoever, the troops that Trump liked to send around to places, then those that were in dire straits could get food delivered to them that way. At least for a week or two. That's how you control the spread of a virus. Because if you say, all right, we shutting the schools down, we shutting churches down, everybody working from home, that's cool. It's a good start. But how in the world does that work if I can leave home from my work from home job and go to Walmart, and everybody else that's working from home show up at Walmart too? That means that if I pick up this tomato paste and put it back down because I decided not to get it, and I put Corona on that tomato paste, that means that Mary Sue may come and get the tomato paste and take it home. And if I had corona and I'm asymptomatic and Mary Sue grabs that tomato paste and takes it home, and Mary Sue has high blood pressure, Mary Sue's son has asthma. You understand the trickle down effect? Now, Mary Sue quite possibly could get corona just because I was asymptomatic and I passed it on to the jar of paste. She could have said, "Hey son, take the groceries, put the groceries up. Put the groceries up for me." He quite possibly could have got it. Do you see what I'm saying? And then now he can't breathe. He already had asthma, and those are the pre-existing conditions that were spoken of. So this is why no matter what you close, and I'm not knocking Governor Whitmore. I believe she's doing a good job. She just needs somebody else in her ear to say, "Now, Governor, this is a good start." But because you're not going to be. So what, you close it early? That just means that everybody got to get there earlier, which means it's going to be more people trying to get there because you cut the hours. See, I don't understand why people don't have a team of people helping them with opposing thoughts. While it is a good idea to kind of close things, we still don't get it. We don't get it, because even though the numbers are going up, and it could point to, kids going back to school, restaurants opening back up, but you can't forget those places like the grocery store, the gas station. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So now let me get back to, I'm bouncing back and forth. So, but now, as it relates to church, from the beginning, I've been a proponent of church not being open. And here's why. Although there may be more people at a grocery store, it's dangerous. But those people are in masks. They're moving about. Although I gave you a real life example of how it could be passed through just a touching of an item. But most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I pretty much know what I'm going to get, and I get it, put it in there. So I'm not shopping per se. I'm going to pick up items. So, but when you go to church, you have people coming from different households, and no telling where they been all week, and they all come to this one location at one time for a specific purpose. And because you're in that space for a delegated amount of time, you're going to have to use the restroom. You're going to say hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. You're going to say something. You're going to sing. You got spit flying all in the air. And so that's why I say it's too many points of contact. That's why. And then as a pastor, or just as a responsible executive team of a church, if Mary Sue comes to church and Mary Sue has some rare heart condition that otherwise Mary Sue is fine, but because we got this ridiculous virus that's attacking people's body, that very well could take her out. When if me as a pastor said, "Hey guys, I'm still going to preach to you. You still gonna receive the word. You still gonna worship. You're still gonna worship through giving. We're just not going to be able to come here for a while. If I take that responsibility as a pastor, Mary Sue could very well still be here. That's where it gets different. See, when you go to the grocery store, it ain't no pastor of Kroger. Ain't no executive team making sure that you live your best life. They just want to sell you stuff and you go home and consume it. That's where the difference is. For all y'all saying you can go here, you need to go to church. No. So that's why I'm saying that this time has really shown a lot of people that although going to church was good, it was not the end all be all. My relationship with God is the end all be all. It was cool to hang out with my brothers and sisters and go to the temple and worship and pray. That's cool. But is that my ticket? No. My ticket is I have to be born again. My ticket is I have to be filled with the Holy Ghost. That's my ticket. So, while everything is shut down, I'm sure those churches that were open, if they don't close, and you listen to me right now and you go to one of those churches, don't go to church. I mean, don't go. If you're not going to go nowhere else, don't go to church either. Put it like that. Now, on the other hand, people, hear me. Please take your vitamins. As black people, we really need to take vitamin D. From my understanding, that's one of the most important things. That's one of the most deficiency, or that's one of the most, I guess I said that right, common. That's one of the most common deficiencies in black people. Vitamin D is. So we have to take our vitamin D. I think it's a good idea to take zinc. Vitamin C, you can't go wrong with vitamin C. There are some other vitamins that you probably, depending on your age group, depending on your gender, that you should probably look into. But I know for certain that vitamin D, we all need that. Don't get it through no milk. Take a vitamin. Let me tell you. Let me let y'all in on this dairy too. Now I'm guilty of it. The devil done creeped in. I've been eating cheese. Y'all know I ain't supposed to be eating no cheese or no dairy at all. But let me tell you about this dairy. This dairy contains mucus. And it leaves mucus in our body. And what we do not need in this time is mucus in our body. Because what happens is any disease or sickness, the reason it stays in our bodies is because it attaches to the mucus that's in our body. So it's just a matter of us educating ourselves and stop putting mucus in our bodies. And mucus is in animals too, by the way. But if we stop, clean our bodies. And I already know what y'all are saying about me, about don't call anything unclean that God called. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stop putting mucus in your body, right? That's what I'm talking about right now. At least in this season, because you gotta be able, your immune system has to be able to fight this thing if it comes upon you, right? And it can come up on you, but when it gets here, it can't live here. Nah, say amen right there. It can't live here. So what do? Don't put mucus in your body, me included. Amen. And then what are some things that are what helps drive mucus out of my body? All right, so this is where it gets fun to me because I like ginger. Ginger is one of the best things you can do. you should probably do it every day. Get you some ginger. Peel that ginger, cut it up, boil it. Drink that and see if you won't be blessed. See if you won't breathe easy. Put a little cinnamon in it if you want to. Get some turmeric. And you could put the ginger and turmeric together. Make you some tea. It's going to bless you. You're going to breathe easy. What else? Anti-mucus or anti-inflammatory things that you could put into your body. Every now and again when you eat a salad, put a pepper on there. Get you a couple of jalapenos. See if you won't breathe easy. See if that mucus won't start coming out your body. That's how we're going to fight corona. Vitamins and anti-inflammatories. Okay? Look, I'm coming back. When I come back, I got some news articles that we're going to highlight. We're going to talk a little bit more about Trumpy and the possibility of him having a second term, which I think is slim to none, but some people think that it could happen. I don't know. But look, it's the Mike Brown Morning Show. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Wake up. Right here.
The Mike Brown Morning Show.
Wake up, baby, when you wake up, hit it in the morning.
Heard weekdays 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Urban Uplift.
Said that they was pregnant by him, and he said, well, I can't. Come on now. Donald Trump, you don't think he ain't did some real estate deals with some same-sex marriage people? He cares nothing about that. He just playing to y'all because he know that y'all gonna do what you're doing now and fighting for him to be where he is. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip. As you know, Roland might say a couple of cuss words. I'm not saying it. What Roland is about to say is not reflective on the Urban Uplift. Neither is reflective on the Mike Brown Morning Show. I just think that it's important that we see this narrative. Okay. Let's get into it. I'll be back.
Just stand against absolute craziness. Jamal Bryant posted this video the other day. And it was a video that was posted by Joni Lamb. She is the co-founder of Daystar. And I want you, I want to pull this up. And I'm going to explain something on the back end, but I want y'all to see the video first. Go to my iPad, please.
The president has every right to look into allegations and to request recounts under the law.
This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. Election, we want an honest count. We can't allow anybody to silence our voters. We can't let that happen to our country.
That was a Stop the Steal rally that Joni Lamb, co-founder of Daystar, posted on her page 4 days ago. Now, what's interesting is that I was one of the folks who went to Joni Lamb's Instagram page to share my disgust with that ad. And the reason I was checking out to go to Jamal's page because a poor little Joni blocked me on Instagram because I posted some comments along with a bunch of others. They wiped the comments. I went back and posted some more comments, but they went ahead. So let me say this right here. Here is the co-founder of a Christian television network that airs a significant number of sermons from black preachers. And she puts on here this, and she had lots of pray for Trump posts on her page and all this sort of nonsense. And the thing is, Daystar wants to rely on black preachers using the tithes and offerings of black people to pay for their television ministry And then she puts this nonsense up, a Stop the Steal rally in a state Trump beat Biden by 800,000 votes. So what the hell is Joni Lamb and Daystar saying was stolen? I'm confused. See, this is the nonsense that you see from these white conservative evangelicals. And see, again, Daystar ain't got no problem with black dollars. They've got no problem with black viewers. But her supporting this nonsense that the election is stolen, I'm telling you right now, if you are the member of a church, if you are the member of a pastor who is broadcasting on Daystar, you should tell your pastor, pull your program off Daystar. You should say that your tithes and offerings will not go to people who are so petulant and childish in supporting and backing a tyrant that they would openly lie, and support such nonsense. I don't care who it is. Daystar should get no black money whatsoever, Michael Brown. None. Penalize Joni Lamb, Marcus Lamb, pull the programming off and say, we're not going to appear on your network.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Roger Stone actually started this whole Stop the Steal campaign 4 years ago because he thought that Secretary Clinton was going to win the election. So this was really started 4 years ago, and clearly it's working out perfectly from his standpoint and 45 standpoint for this campaign. But, again, same thing. Black churches have a whole different standard that they have to adhere to relative to any kind of political activity. But when it's a white church, especially these right-wing evangelists, they have to say, we can get involved in as much politics as we want. No one's going to put a target on our heads. No one's going to take away our 501c3 status. But boy, if you're a black church, you even think about mentioning something political in your church, somebody's going to say, put up the red flag. Wait a minute, they need to have their 501c3 status revoked. So the standards are different. These people think they can do whatever they want. Again, hopefully we'll see an active Justice Department. No one's suggesting that anyone should go to jail or be convicted of a crime yet, but send them a letter. Send an agent down to talk to them and say, look, you're skirting the laws. You're right on the line. Maybe you should take a step back. But until those kind of things happen, these people are going to continue to act any way they want as long as they're.
Look, I don't care who you are. I dare say, Kelly, don't run your conferences on Daystar. Don't have your sermons on Daystar. Don't appear on Daystar. It is abundantly clear that Daystar does not care about all Christians. What Joni Lamb and Marcus Lamb care about are their white conservative evangelicals. And fine, if you want to sit here and support Trump on your Instagram page, fine. But to sit here and promote a Stop the Steal rally, oh, hell no. Hell no. And I'm telling you right now, no black pastor should be airing their sermons or any programs on Daystar, Kelly. None.
I mean, I agree with you there. Obviously, the challenge is where else would they air it? I mean,
no. That's not a challenge, Kelly. That's not a challenge. You got TBN.
What I'm saying is, I agree with you there in that there are other options. I'm just saying from the viewpoint of a pastor. No. And what
I'm telling you, the viewpoint of that pastor is wrong because there are now multiple religious networks. Secondly, we're now living in the digital world. You don't even need Daystar. Hell, you can go right too. So any pastor using that excuse, that's already gone.
Oh, well, then there you go. No challenge then, right? But again, when you said that they don't care about certain Christians, I would argue to say that they don't care about Christians at all. I would argue that they are not really following the teachings of Christ himself, because Christ would not be supporting a tyrant. Christ would not be supporting people who literally hate others and make it their duty to hate others and make sure that we know that they hate us. Christ was a marginalized person of color who was a target of the government at large. He would not be in support of this president. He would not be in support of anybody who would support this president. So for you to say that you're Christian, for you to say that you follow the teachings of Christ and that you love your neighbor as yourself, and yet you still ascribe to this cult-like doctrine that is Trump and white evangelicalism and Eurocentric Christianity as a whole, I've been saying this a lot on the show, but the cognitive dissonance is right there. Like, you can't serve two masters, right? I mean, because that is a master in and of itself. And you cannot serve that kind of government. You cannot serve that kind of ideology and still consider yourself Christian. Not anymore, anyway. Like, you shouldn't have in the first place. But you definitely can't do it now in 2020.
The thing here, Joseph, is that, again, the way Daystar makes their money is pastors pay for the programming on Daystar. And so they are paying to have their sermons or their programs run on Daystar. And it's like, fine, Joni Lamb, if that's how y'all want to roll, no problem, go right ahead. You're not getting our money. And I'm telling you, every single black preacher who is on Daystar should pull their programming immediately and say, you are not going to get any of our money. No way.
Well, and if there are pastors who are about history, you know, the three words that come to mind for me are Montgomery bus boycott. You know, you aren't treated fairly. You're being exposed to racist behavior and racist dialogues. No, I mean, pull that. Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of other ways to make your money, plenty of other ways to get your message out. If it's more about the message than the money. And why should you support someone who has these sorts of ideas and attitudes? So the answer is clear. The question is, do the pastors have enough fortitude and enough sense of history to take collective action here? And only time will tell.
Well, look, only time will tell, but the bottom line is here. This is the moment how we use our economic power. There are other options. They're not the only option. And so, fine, Joni, that's how you want to roll? Cool. Black dollars don't have to be spent on Daystar paying for your hair and everything else like that. So here's the deal. Here's what I want my audience to do. I want y'all, if y'all look at Daystar, I want y'all, so people can watch at different times. I want y'all to look at Daystar or pull up their programming guide. In fact, I'm going to sit here. Matter of fact, let's see what I got over here. I got my Roku. Let's see right now. Because, see, I was looking for the guide on their website. Yeah, y'all know I don't play this. I was looking for the guide on their website and did not see the guide. So I want to know, so y'all tell me, if y'all look at Daystar, I want y'all to tell me who is on, what black pastors are on Daystar. And then what we will do is we will call them personally. We will call them directly. And so easiest thing for y'all to do is just shoot an email, real simple, and just send us an email, info@rolandsmartin.com. Send us an email. And yeah, we want to see exactly who they have on their network to let them know and whether or not they endorse that particular nonsense. And so, and it's cool. Here's the deal, Daystar, y'all can do whatever you want to. You ain't getting black dollars. Not gonna happen.
It's time to be smart.
Well, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Listen, like you said, that's how you want to roll. That's what you want to do. Go ahead. But what you're going to do is do it without us. We can no longer continue to be complicit in these things. If that's how you want to run your station, do it. But I shouldn't see another black preacher on there. They shouldn't be on the Word Network. Matter of fact, listen, with the invention of the internet, We don't need to be on none of those things. Be on your own thing. Start you a YouTube channel. Hey, guess what? It's free. Invest in you some camera equipment. Invest in your own camera equipment. Use that same YouTube and learn how to work said camera equipment. Yeah, it's all there. All of the knowledge you need to do all of the things that Daystar or the Word Network. Did I ever tell you? I'm pretty sure I told y'all about the Word Network. How the owner is a white man, which I don't even think he's Christian, but that's neither here nor there. But he painted blackface on his face and sent it to George Bloomer. I think I told y'all about that a few months ago. But if I didn't, there it is. And he would make racial comments toward Bloomer. And Bloomer left. Here's my problem with Bloomer, though. Bloomer, he knew all along that Kevin Adele wasn't no good. He knew all along that Kevin Adele would tell people that they were purchasing things from the Middle East, and he was going to the dollar store buying it. He knew that. Why blast him on the way out? You should have blasted him while he was there. If he was going to be there. That's my thing. I don't know. But yeah, we shouldn't be supporting none of that foolishness. And this goes back to the narrative that I've been sharing with you guys since we've been back on the air. I don't know where my pro-blackness has come from, but it's here. Listen, we have to stand together. We have to stick and stand together. Unfortunately, all of our brothers and sisters have not come over. All of them are not descendants of where were the people that were our allies on the Underground Railroad? I can't think of that term right now. About abolitionists. Yeah, all of them are not as descendants of abolitionists. Some of them are descendants of Massa. Yeah. That's right. Some of them got Massa. Massa is just hereditary. And Massa owned slaves. Think about it. When you go to a lot of the most of the mega churches that have white pastors, not all of them, but most of them, more than 50%, shoot, probably 75%. Most of the mega churches that have white pastors, more than half of their membership is black. These are facts. And it's that whole plantation narrative. It's the masses in the front. And then, I mean, the black people are scattered about. But it's just that. But then if you flip it around, you're not ever going to find a black pastor with a church full of white people. Now, I have been to a very, very diverse church where the pastor was black. It was a beautiful thing to see. But most of the people wasn't white. They was just kind of all everything. You had your whites, you had your Mexicans, you had your blacks. It was like a plethora of United Nations worship. But you ain't never going to go nowhere with a black pastor and most of the people white. But you'll go somewhere with a white pastor and most of the people black. And we saw that in the Paula White ridiculous video. Remember you saw the lady doing push-ups? Okay, it sounds like I'm making light of this, but this is real serious, y'all, for real. And this leads back to what I've been saying since we've been back. We have to, and I know I'm preaching to the choir. It sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, but we have to figure out how to build our community. I told you, and you might hear me say it every day, this is the decade for the black millionaire. The only thing that's separating you from being a millionaire and not being a millionaire in this season, this decade, is you. And you can't just say it and not put action behind it. Right? So if you say it and then you put action with it, it will happen. I guarantee you. We're going to see wealth that we've never seen before. Now, we got another, maybe about a year left of, this limbo that we kind of feel. It's like a limbo that we feel in the atmosphere. It ain't going to last. We're going to have years of plenty. Now, don't be foolish with it. Do right by it. Enjoy it. So, do right by it. But be prepared for the end of the 10 years. Not to say that we won't continue to be successful, but then there's going to come a time after that where if you listen to the show, you've heard me say that it's going to feel like what the Civil War was. I don't want to get back into that, but go to the YouTube and listen to me talk about all that. Because I've talked about it before. I'm not going to get back into it right now. But look, I'm going to be transparent with y'all. On Wednesdays, I leave a little bit early. I have to leave a little bit early because there is an appointment that I have to keep every Wednesday. And until we grow, that's just how I got to do it. But look, we're going to grow. I guarantee you that we are. I'm going to keep speaking that. And I appreciate everybody that rocks with us. We really don't take it lightly. It's encouraging to know that you listen. It's encouraging to know that if the Mike Brown Morning Show is not live, that somebody will say, hey, you're not live today. Thank you. Because that means that people are listening even when sometimes you feel like, man, nobody's paying us no attention. And so I thank you all. Thank you. I can't even say it enough. I really appreciate it. This is what I need everybody to do. If you have not gotten Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I need you to get it. Do I need you to get it because Robert Kiyosaki needs more sales? No, it has nothing to do with Robert. I want us to gain the knowledge from the book. That's why I keep saying that. I keep pushing it for us. And so you can go on YouTube and listen to the first 3 reviews, chapter 1, 2, and 3. This week we're gonna be on chapter 4. Let me make sure I'm right on that. Yeah. It's a good read. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a little while longer. Hold on. Yeah, okay. No, we're going to be on chapter 5. Yep. This week is chapter 5, Saints. Yep. A review of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the chapter that we would have read. So we are reading chapter 5 this week. Okay? Chapter 5. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk about it. And it's going to be good. And we're not just going to talk about it, but we're going to go apply some of the things that we learn. All right? And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. If you are having problems like with the app, like I know some of the Android users say that, they try to listen, but whatever happens, email me. The email is the MikeBrownMorningShow@gmail.com. Email me. We can get that squared away for you. All right. I thank you all. I appreciate it. This is how I want to leave today. This song Just really does it for me. It's called Even If It Takes Forever. I don't know why Even If It Takes Forever is the name of the song. I would have named it something else, but this ain't my song. But anyways, this is JoJo Martin featuring Kiera Sheard. You all have a wonderful, prosperous, super fantastic rest of your day. I will be here tomorrow, and we're going to have a good time tomorrow as well. Peace.
I don't know why.
Wake up. Right here.
The Mike Brown Morning Show.
Wake up, baby, don't you wake up? Hit it in the morning.
Heard weekdays 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Right here on the Urban Uplift.